I've created a monster, cause nobody wants to see last week no more. They want this week's, that sharp liver. Well, if you want skin advice is what I'll give you. A little bit of me mixed with some raw figures. Welcome, or maybe welcome back to
another one.
I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited about this week's video. For the first time, I am gonna go just a little bit beyond the usual Rust breakdown and talk about a concept that could, if you let it, change some of your lives. No cap, dead ass, zero exaggeration. I'm also gonna share with you a new data analytics tool I discovered this past week, so you can more effectively assess which skins to buy from the store. Without further ado, let's get into this week's skins. First up, we have the bombing boots. These things are loud and proud. No other boots even come close to the poppiness of these colors. We don't have a lot of good red options. We don't have a lot of good blue options. These things simply do not belong as the second least expensive boot. The bombing hoodie and pants have done extremely well on the market, but the rest of the series got bought to oblivion, and consequently the price of said items have cratered. So long as the supply does not get out of control, these will be good because these are a standout skin. Next up, we have two additions to the corruption set. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'm not the biggest fan of this set's gear. Probably more of a personal preference thing than any actual detrimental or wrong thing with the skin. The art is solid and I did really like the doors, but I think the gear gets lost in the mix and nothing is standout. I am surprised that these are the third Roadsign gloves to be accepted, but it does make sense from a marketing standpoint to batch set gear together, as you will likely buy both if you were buying one, so that could be the reason. I'll also point out that when you are looking at these skin previews, keep an eye out for items that are included in the screenshots that have not been accepted by facepunch yet. Here we can see an AK has already been created for the corruption set, but has not yet been accepted. Typically, as a set adds more items, it creates a synergistic effect and becomes more valuable. As an investor, we are always looking for clues that can help inform our opinion about potential future value. With the exception of the face mask, the corruption set hasn't done much on the market. The kilt is being priced in at $249, which isn't bad, but I don't think it's good enough. As expected, we have the deluge of Roadsign gloves. 3 weeks in a row, 3 Roadsign gloves. Do I hear a fourth? These Roadsign gloves are being priced the same as the kilt at $249. They are the cheapest Roadsign glove listing we have seen in the store yet, but I think the price is not good enough. These Roadsign gloves are kind of like IPOs right now because we just don't have a lot of historical data to go off of. Nevertheless, I think as more Roadsign gloves hit the market, these will gradually depreciate in value. Next up, we have the Light Prism AR, a brand new item not affiliated with any set. Essentially, this is a unicorn trapped in a rust assault rifle. And if you don't like unicorns, well, you're probably a sweaty nerd who prays to Voldemort. How do I know so much about Harry Potter? Don't worry about that. Worry about how this AK looks when you are looking down the iron sights. This is very important to every gun's value, especially AK skins. It is the reason why the Glory AK is currently $400 on the market right now. Let me tell you, it ain't cause the design. As you can see, this AK has white markers on either side of the iron sights. These are quite nice and will definitely enhance the value of the gun. I also like to check the design located right here. I check these designs on the AK but on other guns as well to make sure they are not distracting or obnoxious. Overall, I think this is a very good looking AK skin, the rainbow mixed with a textured metal accent and a really nice sight. There are some other rainbow items on the market right now and they haven't done too well, but I think this is better than all of them. It is priced at $249, which puts it right here. A little bit expensive, but I still think it will be fine. Next on the list are the Whiteout Hoodie and pants. These are phenomenal looking skins, some of the best in the game. At 99 cents a piece, these are an absolute no-brainer. Not only will you look super clean, but you're gonna blend into the snow biome, so there is a pay-to-win element here. Unless these things get saturated like something we've never seen before in the history of Rust, I think these are gonna be good. The demand for these are going to be great, and new players are going to have them. Lastly, if you paid attention to what I said earlier and these screenshots, you notice that the Whiteout LR has already been created. Splish splash, we have the Poseidon MP5. I know you boat boys are excited. I was actually really surprised when I looked up the Poseidon set to see how well it had done on the market, but I don't know why I was, because it follows my own rules. We care about black, white, gold, and glowing. This has black and gold. As you can see, this skin is old school elegant, smoke-filled room mobster shit. Of all the Poseidon skins thus far, in my opinion, this is the most unique, namely because of the smooth wood stock. This is actually a feature of some of the most expensive MP5s on the market. Very clever to include this feature by the skin maker. MP5s aren't cheap, and this is no exception, coming in at $349. However, sometimes that can be a benefit when it deters people from buying, therefore lowering the supply. Also, take a look at the stocks on these two bad boys. That is right, last on this week's list is a GOT inspired furnace. I actually have no idea if it is or not, but I like to think it is. I don't think I need to say this, but I will. This furnace is fantastic, and you will bend the wallet and buy this bitch. Like most things in life, you get what you pay for. This is $249, so it ain't cheap, but you will bend the wallet, or, well, you know. Anywho, these furnaces have a similar feel and have beasted it up on the market. The only thing you have to worry about when you have really good skins is oversaturation, because that can be just too big of a hurdle for even the best skin. But I'm about to show you a tool to help you battle that kryptonite. The tool is a website called scmm.app. The link will be posted in the description below. It was actually brought to my attention by one of our very own in the circle, aka community member, Willem Clutching It Up. So if he comments on this video, be sure to show him some love. He also has a Rust channel in French. So if that is your type of croissant, definitely check him out. This website though is very slick, nicely designed, and provides a lot of useful information. The only thing I don't like so far is that this space right here isn't filled with a video. Other than that, I've only been using it for the past week, so I'm not sure how accurate the sales numbers are. I will continue to monitor those, but definitely take a look and let me know in the comments below what you think and if you find it helpful. The last thing I'm going to share with you today was something I shared on my Instagram. But it is so important, so relevant, that I feel compelled to share it with you again now. This simple idea is as trivial or as monumental as you want it to be. But if you take this idea to heart, I will show you how it can change your entire life.
When you don't buy dumb shit, that money stays in the fucking bank and you can do something with your fucking life. Instead of having a new pair of fucking off-whites. If you spend money on shit you don't need, you're gonna lose. If you buy those things to impress other people, you've already lost. There's a very easy way to do this. If you make $49,000 a year, live as if you're making 27. Everybody lives over what they make. No wonder you can't save money.
There's a lot of people that make $55,000 a year when they're 23. The problem is they go to Coachella and they want to buy a watch and they want to buy a BMW, and I didn't. So I ate shit for 13 years. And then I had a moment, and I struck.
And so, if you're not like loving life, before you try to figure out the hook or the secret, or I'm gonna give you some fucking secret to do on fucking Instagram, before you think about that, go home and look at your fucking credit card bill and stop buying dumb shit.
I'm gonna take this a step further. In 2 minutes, I'm gonna walk you through a very realistic 3-year simulation. You can either ignore taxes, or imagine this takes place within an IRA. Let's imagine in 1 year you are able to save $5,630. You actually take what Gary Vee is saying seriously, and you stop buying a $5.25 coffee 3 days a week for 40 weeks. You stop buying $10 cocktails, $5 beers, $50 wines, and end up saving $1,000 on alcohol. You save another $2,000 a year on clothes and another $2,000 on food. When you break it down by day, all you have to do is save an extra $5.40 a day. And now you have $5,630. You decide to invest and get an 8% return. You reinvest that $450 and add another $5,630 using the same method you implemented a year earlier. You now have $11,710. You invest that and get a 10% return. For a third straight year, you reinvest your returns. Add another $5,630 and make an 8% return on that amount. When you add that back to your principal, you now have $19,991 in just 3 years instead of 0. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you want more Rust content. If you're feeling spicy, like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And as always, a big thank you for checking out my work. I'll see you next time. Cheers.